apologise about the Bulldogs. I didn't mean, but they have been such a revelation over not just this year but last year. And Terry Wallace is an old teammate of you, Blas, has tried so many things, and one of them is pre-match warm-up, where they go out onto the field. Some of them in sneakers, some of them in their boots with a t-shirt on.
We're talking probably
half hour
30 minutes before the game, Jace. They go back in and put their jumpers and their normal match shorts on. But I see this happen, and I think to myself, this is so logical. How come this hasn't been happening forever?
Yeah. He's very innovative, Terry Wallace, isn't he?
Does that surprise you on the Wallace you knew as a player, that he's so imaginative?
No, he always had strong views about the game, and I think most people that knew him pretty well thought he'd be a very good coach. He hasn't taken much time at all to prove that, has he?
As a player, just simply on that point of going out half an hour early and having the casual kick around for 10 or 15 minutes, do you think that's something that's going to become normal?
Well, I think if the Bulldogs continue to be successful, certainly it will. I think that tends to be the trend these days. If a particular team does something and they're very successful, most of the other teams start copying the trend.
It's different though, isn't it, to going onto a neighbouring ground? So I mean, I heard Sam Newman say that Geelong did it in the 60s, but it was on a ground just outside Cardinia Park.
Well, most people warm up at the SCG on the rugby oval at the back of the grandstand, but actually going onto the match venue, I would have thought, and just seeing where the wind's blowing. I mean, it's very casual, which is important. I don't think you can go out really hyped up and go back in, but just kicking the ball over normal distances, it just seemed to me one of those things that should be almost a normal part of your league warm-up preparation.
It's basically just an extension of that initial, when you do run out in the ground and you have a little bit of ball work and a bit of a kick.
But it's always a little bit, isn't it? It's only kind of a few minutes.
They do it in soccer. And
they do it in soccer.
Yeah, they do, and they certainly do it in basketball, and they do it in American footy. If I